See, the next chapter we are going to start is the redox reaction. So redox reaction is basically what? We can see that redox means reduction. Redox means reduction plus oxidation. So basically, if in a reaction there is reduction as well as oxidation, then we call it redox reaction. In redox reaction, first we will study oxidation number and its calculation. See, oxidation number and its calculation. What is oxidation number? Oxidation number is basically a number. Oxidation number is basically a number which is calculated from the charge. And the charge can be real or virtual. So basically, oxidation number is a charge. This charge may be real or may be virtual. So basically, oxidation number definition is, it is the real or virtual charge. Oxidation number is what? Real or virtual charge present on an element in a given compound or molecule. So the charge present on an element. It is the charge present on an element in a given compound or molecule. And the charge present on the element can be real, can be virtual. This is called oxidation number. For example, like NaCl. In NaCl we know the charge present on Na is +1, while the charge present on Cl is -1. So oxidation number of Na is +1 and oxidation number of Cl is -1. Now we will use rules to calculate the oxidation number. See, rules to calculate oxidation number or oxidation state. The first rule to calculate oxidation number is basically the oxidation number of an element. The oxidation number of an element in its standard form. What is the standard form? The standard form is the form in which the element exists in nature. So, standard form is the form in which the element exists in nature. So, oxidation number of an element in its standard form is 0. Standard form is which form? The form in which element exists in nature. And oxidation number of an element in its standard form is 0. See, for example, hydrogen exists in nature. Hydrogen exists in nature in the form of H2. So H2 is the standard form of hydrogen. Chlorine exists in the nature in the form of Cl2. So Cl2 is the standard form. Oxidation number is 0. Again, oxygen exists in the nature in the form of O2. So oxidation number of oxygen in this molecule is 0. Also, bromine exists in the nature. Br2 exists in the nature in the form of Br2. So oxidation of Br is 0. So these elements are in their standard form because they exist in nature in this form. And these are the standard forms, hence their oxidation number is 0. For example, copper exists in the form of Cu solid. Silver exists in the form of Ag solid. Zinc exists in the form of zinc solid. Iron exists in the form of iron solid. So these are the standard form of these elements, hence their oxidation number is 0. So oxidation number of an element in its standard form is always 0. Now we will see the rule for oxidation number of hydrogen. See, the oxidation number for hydrogen. So basically, oxidation number of hydrogen can be +1 and can be -1. Oxidation number of hydrogen is always +1, except in metal hydrides. In case of metal hydrides, we know metal is more electropositive. In case of metal hydrides, we know metal is more electropositive than hydrogen. Therefore, metal will get positive charge. Therefore, hydrogen will get negative charge. And hydrogen in the form of negative charge exists as a hydrides. So basically oxidation number of hydrogen is always +1 except in metal hydrides. In case of metal hydrides, the oxidation number of hydrogen is -1. See, for example, a metal hydride is given sodium hydride. We know in sodium and hydrogen, sodium is more electropositive. Therefore, oxidation number of sodium is +1, while the oxidation number of hydrogen will be -1. See, in this case, oxidation number of hydrogen is -1. Therefore, we can say this is metal hydride, and in this case, oxidation number of hydrogen is -1. See the next example. Next example is MgH2. See, in magnesium hydride, there is bond between magnesium hydrogen and magnesium hydrogen. We can see that in magnesium and hydrogen, hydrogen is more electronegative, so magnesium will get +1 due to this bond. So -1 on hydrogen hydride form. Again, -1 on this hydrogen as it is attached to metal, so -1 in the form of hydride. So metal will get +2 charge as net charge is valence. So in case of all metal hydrides, the oxidation state of hydrogen is -1, while in other cases except metal hydride, oxidation number of hydrogen is +1. See the next case. The next case is the rule for alkali and alkaline earth metal. See, the oxidation number of alkali metals are which metals? Alkali metals are group 1 metals. So oxidation number of alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metals are group 2 elements, and oxidation number of alkali metal is +1, while the oxidation number of group 2 is +2. Why it is so? See, as in alkali metal, group 1 electronic configuration is NS1, while group 2 electronic configuration is NS2. As we can see that there is one valence electron in its outermost shell. Therefore, the oxidation number shown by group 1 elements is +1. And in group 2 there are two valence electrons. Therefore, we can say that the oxidation number for group 2 is +2. Now we will see the oxidation number for oxygen. See, so basically we are looking for oxidation number of oxygen. Generally we take the oxidation number of oxygen -2. So basically in three category we divide oxygen. In 3 categories oxygen are divided. First category is oxide form. Oxide form is basically O, oxygen atom carrying 2 unit of negative charge. While second category is peroxide form. In peroxide form, it exists as O2 carrying 2 unit of negative charge. While third category is superoxide. In superoxide, 2 oxygen atoms carrying 1 unit of negative charge. So basically, when we look oxidation number, so oxidation number of oxygen, when oxygen is in the form of oxide, we can see that on oxygen atom there is 2 unit of negative charge. Therefore, in oxides the oxidation number of oxygen is -2. So in oxides, oxidation number of oxygen is -2. See, in peroxide, 2 atoms of oxygen carrying 2 unit of negative charge, means for 2 atoms there is -2 charge. So for 1 atom it will be -1. Therefore, in peroxide, oxidation number of oxygen is -1. See, superoxide. In superoxide, 2 atoms of oxygen carrying -1 charge. So 2 atoms carrying -1 charge, 1 atom will carry -half. So basically oxidation number of oxygen in case of superoxide is -half. So these are the 3 oxidation number we will use for oxygen, When oxygen in the form of oxide, -2. When oxygen in the form of peroxide, -1. When oxygen in the form of superoxide, then -1/2. So generally in 90% cases, oxygen is present in the form of oxide. Therefore, we take the oxidation number of oxygen equal to -2. Except in peroxides. See for example peroxide, H2O2. H2O2 we know the oxygen will carry oxidation number of -1. And identification for peroxide is there must be oxygen-oxygen linkage. When there is oxygen-oxygen linkage present, means it is a peroxide. And we know in peroxide oxidation number of oxygen is -1. So here oxidation number is -1. While in superoxides we know superoxides oxidation number is -half. See O2 negative ion, oxidation number -half. Example sodium peroxide, potassium peroxide. This is wrong. Sodium peroxide we cannot say potassium peroxide, or we can say cesium peroxide, rubidium peroxide, etc. Like in case of O2F2. See, in case of O2F2, we know fluorine is more electronegative. Than oxygen atom. As fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen atom, so we can say that as there is oxygen-oxygen linkage, but fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. So fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. Therefore, -1 unit of charge is present on fluorine, as fluorine is more electronegative. So from this bond, fluorine will get -1. Therefore, oxygen will get +1. See from this bond. From this bond we can see again fluorine is more electronegative. So again -1 fluorine, so oxygen will be +1. So we can see that oxidation number of oxygen can be +1, can be +2. So oxidation number of oxygen can be positive, but only when oxygen is connected with more electronegative atom. So when oxygen is connected with more electronegative atom like fluorine, then oxidation number of oxygen can be positive. See in this case, in O2F2, oxidation number of oxygen is +1. See in the case of OF2. In case of OF2 again, fluorine more electronegative than oxygen. So -1 on fluorine, and due to this -1 oxygen will get +1. See again bond, oxygen between fluorine. Again -1 on fluorine, so due to this bond +1 on oxygen. So net oxidation number of oxygen is +2. Now we will see the next case of oxidation number for halogens. See what are the oxidation number in case of halogens. So basically for halogens, their general oxidation number, in case of halogens, their general oxidation number is -1. For example, fluorine will show only one oxidation state of -1. Why fluorine show only -1? Because in fluorine there is no vacant orbital. In fluorine there is no vacant d orbital. So fluorine is a second period element. There is no vacant d orbital, as 2d is not present, as 2d does not exist. Therefore no d orbital. So fluorine shows only one oxidation state, which is -1. And fluorine is the most electronegative element. See, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Chlorine, bromine and iodine generally they show oxidation state of -1 when bonded with less electronegative element. When they are bonded with less electronegative element. See, like in case hydrogen and chlorine HCl. In this case, chlorine is more electronegative. Therefore, only one bond is present. So chlorine will get oxidation state -1 and hydrogen will get +1. See in this case, in hydrogen and bromine is more electronegative. Therefore, bromine will get -1 and hydrogen will get +1. See the next case. In next case, hydrogen and iodine. Iodine is more electronegative, therefore I will get -1 and hydrogen will get +1. So for chlorine, bromine and iodine, oxidation state is -1 when these elements are bonded with less electronegative element. But the oxidation number of halogen Cl, Br and I can be positive. So oxidation number of these halogens can be positive when these halogens are connected to more electronegative element. So these elements can show oxidation state positive when these elements are connected to more electronegative element. See for example, in case of Cl2O, so Cl2O, oxygen will be central atom, 2 chlorine atoms are there. In chlorine and oxygen, more electronegative atom is oxygen and chlorine is less electronegative as compared to oxygen. As only one bond is present, so due to this one bond, chlorine will get +1 charge. As there is one bond, chlorine get +1, therefore oxygen will get plus. Oxygen is more electronegative, chlorine get +1, so oxygen will get -1. See from this bond. In this bond, oxygen and chlorine, oxygen more electronegative, chlorine more electropositive. So chlorine less electronegative will get +1 due to one bond. Again from this bond, oxygen will get -1. So net charge on oxygen is -2. So in this case, the oxidation number of chlorine is +1. See the next case. The next case is ClF3. See, ClF3 is basically a category of interhalogen compound. See, what is interhalogen compound? Interhalogen compounds are basically those compounds which form when two different halogens are combined. See, in case ClF3, two different halogens are present, Cl and F. So these can form interhalogen compound. Therefore ClF3 is an interhalogen compound. See, in the case of ClF3, fluorine and chlorine, the bond of fluorine, when we see electronegativity of fluorine is more, therefore oxidation number of fluorine is -1. So due to this bond, fluorine get -1, chlorine will get +1. See the next bond. In chlorine and fluorine pair, fluorine is more electronegative, therefore fluorine will get -1, again chlorine will get +1. See the next case again, Cl and F. More electronegative fluorine, so fluorine will get -1, again chlorine will get +1. So the oxidation number of chlorine in this case is +3. So halogens can also show positive oxidation state when halogens are connected to more electronegative element. Now we will see radicals, category of radicals. So what are the radicals basically? See, what are radicals? So radicals are basically the atoms. Radicals may be atoms or group of atoms. So radical may be atoms and may be group of atoms having charge on them. So radicals are basically the atom or group of atom having charge on them. For example, F- is a radical, basically fluorine atom carrying charge, therefore it is a radical. So we call this radical as fluoride ion. The next radical is Cl negative, as chlorine atom carrying charge of -1, we call it radical chloride. Similarly, Br- is also radical bromide. Similarly, O2 negative ion is also radical called oxide. N3 negative is also radical called nitride. In the same way, P3 negative, again atom carrying charge, negative charge, phosphide, P3- phosphide. Next, C4 negative, again atom carrying negative charge, C4 negative we call carbide. Again S2 negative, atom carrying negative charge, radical we call sulfide. Again SO3. SO3 is group of atom, and group of atom carrying charge, negative charge, we call it sulfite. Again SO4, group of atom carrying 2 unit of negative charge, we call sulfate radical. Again PO3, group of atom carrying 3 unit of negative charge, we called it phosphite. Next PO4, group of atom carrying 3 unit of negative charge, we call this ion or radical phosphate. See, when there is high oxidation state, when an element is present in high oxidation state, then we use 8 in the end of name. When an atom carrying high oxidation state, then we use in the ending 8. If an element is present with low oxidation state, then we use in the name at the end 8. So for low oxidation state, we use 8. We use 8 suffix, and for high oxidation state, we use 8 suffix. Like in this case, this radical group of atom, oxidation state of phosphorus +5, high oxidation state, therefore we call phosphate. In NO2 negative, oxidation state of nitrogen is +3. In NO2 negative, oxidation state of nitrogen is +3. So we call low oxidation state 8. Therefore we called it nitrite. While in this case NO3 negative, oxidation state of nitrogen is +5. So we use 8 suffix at the end. So we call it nitrate. See the case of next radical. The next radical is C2O4 2 negative. This is the structure of C2O4 2 negative. We call it, as oxidation state in this compound of carbon is +3, we call this oxalate ion. So it is basically formed from oxalic acid. We call this oxalate ion or oxalate radical. Group of atom carrying charge means radical or ion. See, next is S2O3. S2O3 carrying 2 negative charge. See, whenever there is sulfur-sulfur linkage in a molecular compound, we always use thio. See, in the case of S2O3 2 negative, there is also sulfur-sulfur linkage. Therefore, we call thiosulfate ion. See the next case, S4O6 2 negative. As 4 sulfur atoms are present, so we call it tetra. Again 4 sulfur atoms and again sulfur linkage, we call tetrathio, and high oxidation state will call 8. So sodium, basically 4 sodium atoms will call tetra, sulfur linkage thio, so this is tetrathionate ion. So S2O3 2 negative is thiosulfate ion, and S4O6 2 negative is tetrathionate ion. See the next ion. The next ion is Cn negative. Cn negative we called radical as cyanide. When it is connected to carbon, cyanide. When it is connected to nitrogen, we called it isocyanide, carrying 1 unit of negative charge. See the next is SCN negative. When it is connected to S, we call thiocyanide. While it is connected to N, when N is used, we use iso, so we call isothiocyanide. See the next radical. The next radical is basically NH4 carrying +1 charge. Again group of atom carrying charge radical. This ion is called ammonium ion. NO plus Again, NO carrying +1 charge, we call it nitrosyl ion. See the next case. The next case is a radical. A radical is considered as a single unit. So always a radical is considered as a single unit, and its charge will be taken as its oxidation number. So we consider radical which we have studied as a single unit, and the charge present on this radical will be taken as its oxidation number. For example, CO is group of atom and charge present on this is 0. Charge present on this is 0. So CO is considered as a single unit and charge present on this is 0. So 0 is the oxidation number of carbonyl. We call this as carbonyl as it is neutral, charge is 0. Same in the case of water. Water is again a group of atom, radical, carrying 0 charge. So charge, oxidation number for water is 0. See, also in case of ammonia. In case of ammonia, again, ammonia is formed from group of atom, nitrogen and hydrogen. Again, there is no charge on NH3, net charge is 0. So we call oxidation number for ammonia is 0. So these are neutral. See the next rule for oxidation number of all the elements. So the next rule for oxidation number is basically what? As we know, a compound or molecule, for example, a compound or molecule is in the form of E, E1, E2, E3. Like these elements are formed. So basically, a compound containing three elements, E1, E2, E3. So basically, the sum of oxidation number. So oxidation number of this element is 1, and oxidation number of E2 is 2, and oxidation number of E3 is 3. So a compound containing three elements, and we know the oxidation number of these elements. Then we can say that the sum of oxidation number, of all elements in a molecule is equal to the net charge present on this molecule. So we know oxidation number of E1, ON1, oxidation number of E2, ON2, oxidation number of E3, ON3, and the charge present on this whole molecule is 0. So we can say that oxidation number 1 plus oxidation number 2 plus oxidation number 3 is equal to 0. So the next rule is basically what? The next rule is the sum of oxidation number of all elements present in a molecule is equal to the net charge present on the molecule. See, for example, the one molecule is given H2O. In H2O, we know hydrogen in this case is bonded with non-metal. So in 99% case except metal hydride, the oxidation number of hydrogen is +1. So 2 hydrogen atoms are there and oxidation number is +1. So 2 into 1. And oxidation number of oxygen, let X. As H2O, as in H2O, there is no charge present on the molecule. So we can say oxidation number of hydrogen plus oxidation number of oxygen in this compound is equal to 0. So 2 into +1 plus X equal to 0. We get the value of X equal to 2. So this is the oxidation number of oxygen in this compound. See the next case. The next case contain potassium, manganese, oxygen, 3 elements. So on KMnO4 there is no charge, 0 charge. So we can say that the sum of oxidation number of all elements is equal to 0. Potassium, alkali metal group 1 plus 1. Let X is the oxidation number of manganese plus X. And oxygen is present in this case in the form of oxide. So +4 into -2 equal to 0. We get the oxidation number for manganese equal to +7. See the next case. Next case is SO3 carrying 2 units of negative charge. So basically sum of oxidation number of all elements is equal to charge. Let X is the oxidation number of sulfur, and in this case oxygen in the form of oxide, so oxidation number is -2. 3 oxygen atoms are there, plus 3 into -2, so net charge equal to the sum of oxidation number. So we can say oxidation number of these elements is equal to -2. On solving we get X equal to 4. So X equal to +4 is the oxidation number of sulfur in this molecule.